wait for people
Yeah.
to join. Can you hear us? Yeah. Start.
Arjun, I think if you take the earphones.
Or we can fix that.
A lot of people say hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
We shall start. Correct. Hi everyone.
Good evening.
From Cutting Studio. Here we are guests. So we have Tanisha, Anish, Moksha, the design team.
And Bram Rose.
So thank you Raw for entering the page for one day for the cover. And that is due to Tanisha, our communication architect and designer manager. She did well. So she will say this.
It was a really nice experience with Raw Reset and being one of the first people taking this up. It was a nice concept when we read about it, and to show you live and to show you what's happening in Mysore, it's very exciting. Also, you might have met us in Ahmedabad last time in Raw 3. We were with Samira Rathod. It was a great experience, and meeting such great designers and artists and like-minded people there. It was a good time for us, and so much to learn from everybody, from Tanvi, Priyadarshini, and Krishna,
And Fateh.
and Fateh. So it was really nice.
So at Raw we saw like amazing design talent in this country, and we realized that there are so many people doing really interesting things, and we wanted to just talk a little bit more about our role in this design community. So all three of us are architects, and we're now like adapted to being furniture designers and managers over here. And Bram, for those of you who don't know, he's a master carpenter who has about like 15 years of experience traveling and working in various companies. So when we have like a technical person at the head of the company, it's a great experience for us because we have makers also under the same roof. Like we have the designers and makers working together constantly. So we learn a lot of problem solving, which is one of our strengths. So we do prototyping for a lot of people, like designers who may not have their own workshop or who have a design that they don't have a solution to or would like to figure out how to make in a certain material. So can Anish can tell us
Yeah.
about how we do.
So from our study, and as we are all architects, like you said, we found this one gap between designers and the makers, the craftsmen of the field that we're looking at. And that is the gap that we wanted to fill. So Bram came with this experience of furniture making and carpentry, which was something very refreshing and new to the kind of work that we do here in India. And it was really nice because even the carpenters that we have are all local carpenters who've had their experience in carpentry, and they have a lot to teach us. And what we pride ourselves on is that bridging that gap, so between the designers and the craftsmen. So if you're a designer and or if you have ideas of some furniture pieces that you want created, we have the resources and the technicalities and the know-how of the material to execute and bring alive the project. So that is the gap that we fill. To figure out how to make it, to make the drawings perfectly according to standards, and to and to figure out the process of construction. So that is something that we take very deeply and with a lot of understanding, and
How do you feel then? How is your journey?
Yeah, so as a carpenter, I'm very happy to work with architects and for the design of furniture and installations and obviously. It's a very nice experience. So we are basically, this gap is not only a gap, it's a gap of communication. So I think that the technicality and the plan, reading the plans together, bringing the technicality and the process, we really build the language together and we really bring like, we just
Yeah.
spend
So-
time together
Yeah.
on the shop floor, we spend time together in the design team, so it's very special and we solve the problem immediately and we solve the problem before the problem
Yeah.
appears. That is very important.
So the way we design also is very, it's very different because while we are doing our sketches, before we go into any sort of softwares or 3D modeling, just the concept stage, we involve the project managers or the carpenters who are going to be working on that project in that stage itself. So what happens in that case is, they get an idea of what is going to come up and they have their own ways of making which they would, transfer to us. So our drawings are a lot more accurate that way because we don't have a lot of redesigning or like refixing problems that arise later because everything is sorted out before the drawing reaches the shop floor. So that is something that is very important also to have, that communication between the designers and the carpenters to speak the same language.
So a lot of people have been having some difficulties with the hearing, so I think it should be better now.
Okay.
Okay. It's a working day here today. So all our machines are running.
And even with language, we have different diversity of people here. They speak Kannada or Hindi or English alone. So it's a nice platform for us to exchange ideas without language being the main, where language isn't given the center stage. It's just about communication and exchange of ideas. So it's a great comfort that we all share with each other. So I think that's one of the best things I think we can say about the company.
So that the skills at the center.
Yeah. And we have a lot of visitors or guests, if we call them, coming down to BWS from different parts of the world with their own skill set and knowledge base that they can transfer to us. So that is something that we are very open to having because everybody that you meet always teaches you something new. And it's all about being a sponge and just learning whatever you can, and that way you can deliver the best product also later on.
And for us, having been here for a while, like it's so interesting to see the different kinds of people that walk in. Whether it's someone who's come for a 1-week workshop who has like a different industry, there's something to learn from them. Or last year we had some of Bram's friends come down and they also did like that master carpentry course with Bram. So we learned like so much from them. They stayed on for like a couple of months. They helped us sort of reorganize, like they taught us a lot. Like it's always a great experience having even other carpenters from different parts of the country and the world come visit because everyone has their own way of doing things, and it's so nice to see like how this knowledge is shared and everyone's just always improving themselves.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of questions. Some people want a sneak peek at the workshop and our processes.
Okay.
And another question would be, do we have any ideas on modular furniture?
Modular like panel processing or modular?
So since we started off as a solid wood carpentry workshop, we don't do a lot of panel processing as such. But since we are also a team of designers on board, we do think of these things because in the market right now, everything, like while we do our market study also, every step or everything in the industry based around furniture is something that we need to target as well. So we are always learning and evolving based on the market to see what kind of designs we can achieve. As of now, we do solid wood work mainly, and not too much of panel processing, but we have taken up a couple of small projects where it's in like it's
we work with solid wood boards
Yeah.
instead of particle boards. Like we are mainly solid wood.
yeah.
So we led to other the panel processing after that.
I think you can tell everybody about the wood we use and
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What?
the wood we use is a certified wood, so PEFC, FSC, sorry, American hardwoods, Canadian woods. So we control the sources from where the wood comes from. So we take it as a responsibility, and because if it's our main material, we need to make sure about the renewability of the same. So I think this is the first step as a designer also to know where to source.
Yes.
So when we started this company, we said that was the main thing. I couldn't start with local wood. I had not enough knowledge to know from where the wood would come from. And even now, even after 3 years, it's very difficult. But we like reclaimed it because it's wood which has been used as a first life and would have a second life with our furnitures. And it has brilliant colors and it's seasoned and yeah. So we are stepping in this way rather than panel processing
Direction.
direction. Yeah. The previous question was?
A sneak peek into
Sneak
the
peek
workshop.
into the
Oh,
workshop.
Maybe at the end.
Yeah,
We'll show
yeah,
you.
we'll make a
So Priyadarshini has a question. She's asking, what are you working on right now?
Confidentiality.
a ballet bar.
No, so we are working on a lot of different projects. So since we every project of ours that we've done over the past 3 years has not been the same. So we've not repeated too many of the pieces that we have designed and made. And since we cater to other designers and other architects, let's say, every project that we work on is very different from the previous one. So there's not one design that we can say that we're working on right now because we have quite a few projects running at the same time in the design field and in the production.
We have 10 projects in the workshop and 10 projects in the
Design field, and they're all different.
Yes.
So we can show you a couple of shots when we're going down to the workshop. We can show you a couple of pieces that is going to be ready soon, and yeah.
So I just like to add one thing that I find quite unique about the company. Like having worked here for about a year and a half now, I still find it quite unique that design, yes, it's there, but we have no. It's more about solving the problem rather than saying like we designed something like. So we're not opposed to you giving us your ideas at all. Like it would be a pleasure for us to solve a really complicated thing rather than say that we designed it. Like we give equal importance to the solution
Yes.
of a piece of furniture because it's easy to design. It's harder to find a solution.
I would say like the constraints like designer have to solve. And the constraints are we like to have constraints. And we had another question, from where do we take our inspiration? So this is also linked to it because we work for customers, so we have to solve their problem, entering their matter.
personalizing
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
like.
And this is the constraint that builds our design basically, and with the know-how that we have. So I believe this is the, with the ratios, like I'm very particular about ratio with, I like ratios more than anything because it allows also anybody to design a ratio. So this is very important for the craftsmen and the designers. We are not all creative immediately. We have to work on that. But ratios can, like for a chair, for a table, for whatever, we can give certain ratios that make it immediately looks proper. So this is very important. And I think it's solving problems with always skilled in the, it's
Yeah.
very important. I really would like to.
And even when we design our own products, when we're not doing it for others, we try doing something different always, sometimes, So we take a constraint, we say, okay, fine, let's figure out a way to make something and then figure out what kind of design we can achieve through that way. It's always about finding something new and exciting in this field. And with the knowledge that we have about the material, we can do a lot of things with wood. We can do a lot of things that could be considered unimaginable sometime back. Because now, with our team of skilled carpenters and with the knowledge that we have gained over these years as designers, when we put our heads together, we can solve any problem if it's in our material to solve.
So we've
Yeah.
got quite a few questions now. I'll start with one. So Vaibhav is asking if it is possible to visit the workshop, as he's very interested in furniture and would love to see how we work.
Yeah. So we have a very open, an open factory. So our doors are always open to people who are interested, hobbyists. If you want something done, if you want to come, just look at it, have a conversation with us. We're very open to it. We're not a closed door factory, so we're approachable in that way.
You can
Yeah.
perform in our premises.
Yeah. Even if you have some project to do and you need a space, we could come have a conversation with us, see how we can work it out, and move forward from there.
You can learn also.
Yeah.
Perform and learn.
As a hobby.
Yeah, learning is key because training is something that we take very seriously here as well. Not only for the carpenters but for the designers as well.
And we
And,
have like 1 week courses that anybody can come and do. So we have like some exercises that we can teach you, and like everybody is always ready to help. So that is, you'll definitely, you'll have your space. You can learn for a week with us. So,
Yeah.
So Simran has a question. What are your views on Indian art and craft? It's
So,
interesting.
being in Mysore right now, it's kind of the hub for solid wood craft work. We have inlay and carving here that is very prominent in Mysore.
Heritage city.
It is the heritage city, and we're surrounded by a lot of highly skilled craftsmen who can get anything done. So we try working with them a lot as well. Because if we design a project and it requires some kind of carving, we might not go to the CNC because we try
We can
incorporating the craft in
what
it.
we do.
Mm.
So they
Uh,
also like get more exposure to other methods of woodworking
And other material also.
Other material.
So
And I think this
show
question,
that chair.
so this carving here are motifs that we
Oh.
adapted only for the armrest.
Oaks from the Greek and Roman.
Yeah, this is a Greek and Roman inspired design, but crafted by a local Mysore craftsman. We are very open to outsourcing work that we can't do in house. We don't try, keeping everything to ourselves, because only when you open yourself out and you get other people involved is when you can expand your knowledge and the skill set that you are.
Yeah, I would like to add that the outsource part of the company is basically an ecosystem also, a collaboration. We really have in 3 years built a network of people that are there when we need. And when we speak about the lockdown, we always keep a track of with whom we are working, if they are okay, and that's how we are linked, and how important sourcing is also. It's part of the prototyping R&D stage. It's one of the key, because the material has to come on time, it has to be the right material, and we have tools and bits, not only print out for the furnitures.
And being in Mysore with weaving and caning and all of that, it's a nice ground for us to work in, because all the artisans are experienced and they do have a heritage touch to the way they work. So for us, being in a small city and to work with these artists, it's much easier for us to communicate because the distances are not too far, and the communication language wise we are comfortable with them. So it makes the work process a lot less taxing. So I think Mysore is a great place.
Yeah. And what we can't do, we always, we're happy to give it to someone else to do for us. So, yeah. Anything else?
The recess.
So again, Priyadarshini has a few questions.
Yes.
Any installation in the making?
Installation.
Yeah.
Right now. Or,
Right now.
So the last installation we did was the lion, no? Yeah. That was in Ahmedabad. I don't know if you all got a chance to see it. It's on our Instagram page as well. The last installation was the lion. It was a pretty
Huge.
big project with a very short time frame.
10 feet or 11 feet.
Yeah. Check it out. It's pretty impressive. And it was a lot of work, and that's where the design part of it also comes in, because when you have a time frame and you just give a sketch to the carpenter, it's putting a lot of pressure on him. So we take that load off and try dividing the projects into different components so it can be fit together a lot more easier. And that's
That's a right example.
yeah, that's how we work, because that lion, for example, had a lot of drawings that simplified everything when it came to execution.
And how many days of design?
I think around a week's worth of design at two people,
Yeah.
So 2 people working on that on AutoCAD, computers, whatever, so all the software that you can name that was used to create it, but the execution took far less time than what it would have been like if it was just a
14
sketch.
days.
And our
14
carpenters
days.
were very proud of the final installation.
Yeah, it was a very nice moment.
Yeah, it was.
So her second question is your thoughts on conscious living by design post what we've seen in 2020. So post Corona,
Correct.
whatnot. It's a hard
That
question.
is a
Interesting.
slightly difficult question to answer, because we're still getting over the fact that we had this lockdown, and we're just trying to pick ourselves up again, because I think this has affected a lot of people, not only in our industry but a lot of people overall. And to design based around that, there have been a lot of conversations that we have gone through, and during the lockdown also we tried figuring out ways to help the situation in a way. Then we can talk about the lockdown itself.
Yeah, so we have been lucky. We all had a shelter. That was the first. We have not been stuck. We have been all at home, and we have taken the time. Basically, it was a kind of a chance, because we took the time in the design team to get to do what we have not been able to do, because we were always rushing to feed the production. And for one time, we got the time to really organize the work, learn what we have to work on, and kind of lay out. Like for example, we opened a chat room for all the team to, like, everybody is communicating online, and we opened a chat room, and now everything is much more fluid in our communication. We are working in a new brand to recycle the small objects. So Tanisha has been sending some images about the panel that we make with our recycled
Wastage, yeah.
waste. Yeah. And we have been able to think, maybe stop also a little. Was needed, I think. So yeah,
We've also been very lucky to have been able to open by May, like when the nationwide ban lifted, like we were able to open. So it's been a bit different, I think. Like I definitely say it's been quite. I think it took all of us about a month to adjust. We were still waiting for, like, so some of our carpenters had gone back to their hometown, some of our designers were not there. So, you know, for a while all of us were just adjusting and like trying to help each other as best we could. I think May was quite challenging, I'd say, because it was just 3 of us designers, the others hadn't come back yet, and like there was just 4 carpenters. So all of us were really like kind of helping each other out, and it took some time for us to sort of reorient, because I mean, we
Deserving.
Yeah.
we just came back from like 2 months of
Yeah.
not being around each other at all. So, but I think now we're much
Much more
stronger than
organized,
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
been before.
And another thing that we noticed is all our fellow industrialists and workshops around have also been a lot more open, and have started this communication, and there's been some kind of unity in this industry
Yeah.
just to help each other out. And I think the lockdown gave us that opportunity to reconnect with people who we originally wouldn't have if we had continued in our hustle bustle
Yeah.
days. Yeah. So that I think is a good approach, because the consciousness part of it comes when we start working together to solve our issues and not make it only our problem or your problem. So when we come together to solve it is when it works out, because now what happens is, it's a lot more easy for us to approach someone and get something done, get work done, because
Everyone
Yes.
is more receptive. I think.
yeah,
A little bit of
Yeah.
solidarity has been created.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
and unity.
And unity, yeah, a bit of tolerance. And we hope we touch wood every day for
We're always around it.
going to be able to continue. Yeah. We don't know what's tomorrow for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have to be also like I would say again, we have been very lucky. So, but we also try to be happy also. Like you see our story and all these things. We try to have fun and we try to be creative with the new thing. Yeah, the new situation.
In terms of resetting, I think we have come back with a clearer mind. Like we want to approach things in a different way, in terms of design or in the workshop, to get more organized in a way all of us can peacefully work together. It's more sustainable, and in terms of sustainability in materials, with the brand that we're developing now, it's called Smara. So we're collecting waste wood in general and trying to process it so that we can reuse it, rather than like sending it away, and more than recycling, like reusing the material that we have. So I think we did have enough time to think about it during the lockdown for us to come back here and execute it, because otherwise I don't think we would have the mindset to go ahead with this kind of concept.
So, Isha has a question for all of you. She's curious about what the backgrounds you guys come from. Are you guys designers or architects? And the reason behind starting this beautiful factory.
I think the reason behind starting this beautiful factory all goes to her.
Yeah.
Where you come from?
But the three of us are architects, and I think if I can say for all, we always had a passion for product design, and furniture was something that's always beautiful, and it's a pure form of design. So if you design in a week, you can see the piece that you've created, and there's always a growth to it, and it's never a dull moment here at all. So I think personally I'm pretty happy that I chose furniture design as
Me too.
a field to get into.
And
Yeah.
it's honestly like not been the way it's perceived on the outside. I feel like it's very similar to architecture is what I feel. It's just on a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to see, because it's the same technicality, it's the same aesthetic function and technicals all go hand in hand.
And
So-
more details.
And the details, yeah, it's easier to detail here because it's a smaller piece, it's easier to visualize. So it's really about like taking all of that knowledge, from architecture school and implementing it in something, and it's so gratifying to see the results, like right in front of you in like say 2 weeks time, like Anish said. So that's been like a great
And yeah,
One
It's been
journey.
another interesting question is, are we open for collaborations?
of course.
Yes, always.
collaboration is something that we are very open to, because like we mentioned before, like we're always open to working with people who have something to share and who we can help with our resources and our skill set.
And I guess the last question would be, where are the dogs?
Oh, they're right here.
They
Yeah.
sleep.
They're all
We'll
sleeping.
take you all around.
Just use that one. Take that one. Take the charger.
So we have Gori here, who's fast asleep. No, she's awake. We have that's Leon. This is our design team here. And all you hear is fast asleep again. So yeah, this is our design room here, and we have a curfew running, so all our carpenters have gone back home. Here. So Bram, you want?
This is the machine room.
Hi.
Here we have the main machines to transform the wood, the first transformation. And recently we got the plate machine, which will help us to recycle small objects. I mean, to make small objects out of waste.
Leon, lot of Leons here.
The bench room. So if we do a collaboration, if you want to come, we will have a bench in this place.
So this is like a dining table that we are developing for a client who's based in Mysore. So this is the dining table and this is the dining bench that goes along with it. It's still yet to be finished. And here we have 3 sets of beds that we were developing. So all of these pieces have been made with solid white oak. Here we have an interesting project coming up. It's with Ishinomaki from,
Ishinomaki Laboratory.
yeah.
So we will be designing for, we will be making for Ishinomaki with studio in collaboration with Studio Chisel. So we'll come with, we basically will make locally for the Japanese brand here in Mysore, for South India or all India, we will say. And yeah, we will be happy to show you soon what it is about.
Yeah. So that's the accounts room there. So that's where all the finance and everything is taken care of. And yeah, this is our workshop. Yeah. This is where we place all our raw material. So yeah, it's a typical.
You can just show we have new logos. So I don't know if I can point, but you have the logo of Skill India and FFSC. So we have been recently certified by Skill India as a World Skill Academy. And now we will be running training in the same time, because we also pledge for apprenticeship. It's a very important for us for the perennity of know-how as carpenter, and also for furniture designers. So it will be slowly an academy for officializing the training that we are doing every day, to make it available for everybody and make everybody progress. Yeah. So I think everything is. I think it will be the end of the live. It was very nice. It was for 15 minutes, but I think we went much more. But was very happy to show you around, and contact us, message us. We'll be very happy to interact with you and follow us on our page. Have a good evening. Bye.